Watch this game right here. You know how you chase a woman and she gives you a hard time, but the man is still persists to chase her because he feels that's what he should do. Well, I believe that the universe don't want you two to get together. And that's why when you push that door open to still pursue her, you might have a baby, but it doesn't work out. It may
Mm.
be maybe the dude lied because narcissists have a way of coming on strong with flowers and all that and just mislead women, right? But then everybody finds out a month, 2 years, sometimes 10 years later that this man was just fraudulent because sex has a way to camouflage love with females. See, a female can get a degree, she'll even start a great business and change the world, but she'll pick the wrong man.
Hey everybody, this is Mike.
Hey, and I'm Tesa.
And today on the Reelblack podcast, we've got a very, very special guest, a man who deserves all the flowers. He is a well-respected comedian, podcast host, writer, and businessman, motivator, and actor with over 35 years of experience in the entertainment industry. And you know him from The Breakfast Club, Vlad TV. Now he's on the Reelblack podcast, T to the MF and K Kirkland.
That's right. TK Kirkland. He's going to be killing this Thursday, October the 6th through Sunday, October the 9th. He's going to be at Helium Comedy Club. So check him out. He's funny. But he drops a lot of gems. You'll see.
Hey, TK.
It's good to see you guys doing your thing. Now, first, where are you guys located?
Philly.
All right, so y'all coming to the show this weekend?
Yeah,
that's why we're talking to you.
Listen
you got a big
if you
show.
don't come to my show, I will talk about you on every platform for the next year.
You can talk about us, but do it in a good way. Yeah, we're coming. We're coming.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
I cannot wait at all. You're going to be at Helium. Philly loves you.
Yeah, I love Philly too.
You've been here a lot, right?
Well, my roots is in Philly. I was a hustler back in the day, so most of my family was hustlers. So we came up in Philly strong. So I was the youngster of the whole crew. So my OGs taught me the game, and I just applied that to this the stand-up entertainment business, and the rest is history.
Oh yeah,
I love it. Now, I've never had a chance to see you perform live, but I know you sprinkle a lot of OG wisdom into your sets.
Yes. I can't wait for you to see me, man. It's my dream, literally, for the world to truly see me, so they truly would know the truth of stand-up comedy. I'm just gonna leave it just like that.
Okay, well, we know you're the truth, TK Kirkland. You're going to be at Helium starting Thursday, October 6th, 2022. And performing 6 shows through Sunday, the October 9th, 2022.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So from Thursday,
a lot of laughter is going to be heard from the corner of 20th and Sansom this weekend.
Yes, it is.
Thursday to Sunday. I'm coming Thursday.
Okay. You coming at the very beginning.
That's right. Opening.
Yeah, the juices don't start flowing to Saturday, but I'll be ready.
I might come Saturday too.
Okay, cool. Okay, my girl, I like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But you're from Jersey, right? Were you originally born in Jersey, right?
Jersey City, New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey City.
Jersey City. I'm in South Jersey, a little further down. But how long did you were born there, but were you raised there? How long?
Oh yeah, I was born there. I left when I was 18. I left school on a track scholarship and never came back, and has always been out towards the West Coast, and got my master's degree by the time I was 24. Lucked up and got into the entertainment business, and after meeting Robin Harris and Michael Williams, I always want to show Michael Williams love. He's really the heartbeat to every thing in stand-up comedy, and people really need to know the history of that. I know everybody wants to show Def Jam love and Russell Simmons love, but it's really the pioneer of stand-up comedy is a gentleman named Michael Williams, who started the world famous Comedy Act Theater on 43rd and Crenshaw in Los Angeles, California, with the late great Robin Harris, and the rest is history. And after I studied with him, then I ran into one of the most phenomenal people in the game in hip hop. It was the late Eazy-E. And when I met Eazy-E, he took me on my first national tour. And by me just applying myself and knowing opportunities, I worked with everybody in the hip hop world, from Too Short to DJ Quick to Jay-Z to 50 Cent to Luke, and the list goes on. And at the same time, keeping my business hat on, brought in DL Hughley, brought in Mike Epps, brought in actresses and actors in the game, and has led me to what I'm doing now. So I have my own network called the TK Network. So I try to empower people. So I release my own specials on my own network, film my own specials, put them out myself, promote them, and just to teach young men and women in the stand-up world to, you don't really need to go to Netflix. You don't really need to go to Hulu. And the goal is you make as much as you want, meaning if you truly promote your product, you'll get a great return. And since I came up through the 90s and I always felt that I was a great stand-up, I've always had someone in between me and someone making a powerful decision. I always had somebody that was connected to the boss. So if that person met somebody else, because we have a lot of narcissists in the world, right? So we have a lot of liars in the world. So I always say, when I see a man with a pretty woman, 9 times out of 10, that man lied to get her. She finds out later that he was a liar and he wasn't, because most women, no disrespect to females, they fall for the BS. Well, in the entertainment world, it's the same thing. So if you're a strong individual, sometimes that intimidates people. And I've always been a strong man, so that has always intimidated people. But I've been a hustler since day one, been very successful consistently for 38 years. So most comics have an up and down, but I've been consistent all the way through.
Well, let's talk about that since you brought it up. The whole Hollywood game. I know a lot of brothers that go out there and they have a difficult time breaking through because they literally have too much bass in their voice. They have it's some. Can you speak to that? There's like a fear of.
Well, see, you could come out there strong, but you got to have bread, because you got to find somebody to put up money for you, that you have the talent. Some people do get that, but they don't have the talent to pull it off. Some people can create the sizzle, but not the steak. Some people can create the sizzle and the confusion, and people are like the internet comedians are very popular, but the fans leave empty because the comedians haven't put in the 9 to 10 years of people. 9 to 10 years. I'm sorry. 9 to 10 years of people putting in the work. How you doing? Hold on a second, guys. I'm ordering something.
That's all right. Delivery.
Yeah, we keep it real around here. Yeah, we keep it real. Yeah, so we don't have the a lot of people don't have the experience of creating a good stand-up show. So it's a lot of confusion in today's world, from sports to entertainment. Nobody wants to put the work in. So you really got to find your way to do your thing. A lot of comedians, to me, really don't have the talent. A lot of comedians and actors and them don't have the business savvy to pull this off. And then we deal with racism, right? And Hollywood truly controls who they want to see. And you can't tell me that you just think Kevin Hart is, out of all these stand-up comedians, is the only great comedian that can have an opportunity. And it should be more. So I thought about this a long time ago. I think comedians and actors and actresses, after a certain amount of time, should become agents in Hollywood. See, because they know who's the great actor. They know who's a good comedian. And when you have a comedian that used to be, it's like football players who become coaches and basketball players who get back in the league. It's the same formula we should do in entertainment. That way, the true talent can rise to the top and everybody can see for what it is. But if you have this person over here, this person over there, in the comedy world, there's really no powerful one person, except Eddie Murphy when he was the man, but he's kind of outdated now. So it's you have a variety of who's good. And I believe in one person should be on top of the mountain, me personally.
Well, you're on top of your own mountain.
Yeah,
You
I
are.
created my own Mount Rushmore. Yes, sir.
You've got the podcast popping.
Yeah, oh, the podcast is insane. And it's
Yeah.
done well without visual. See, most people podcast is great because visual. Mine is just straight in your face knowledge from everything from
Yeah.
life insurance to relationships to teaching men and women how to better themselves. Like today, I posted something with his young brother. Posts on his social media how to get jobs, and what's crazy about it is the talent and information is right in front of people. I teach people how to get free LLCs. Way back in the day, I was teaching people how to get an LLC and an EIN for free. Before the pandemic started, meaning if you listen to my podcast, you would have had maybe 50, 200,000, 300,000 in your bank legally. And you would have been forgave because that was the cold part about it when the government passed the forgiveness and you didn't have to pay it back. So when I saw people doing things illegally, it just confused me because it was just lack of knowledge. So you got all this money for what, a 3-week run that you had a Lamborghini or you had a Rolls Royce, you had 2 Rolexes, but you only had a 2-week window to have a good time, but about to go into jail for 15, 20 years. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what the world is going through and how people are thinking today.
Yeah.
It truly is. Well, you're definitely, you put a lot of great knowledge out there for people. That's what people need, information. I think that's one of your big draws because when I started watching you, I'm like, wow, he puts a lot of positive messages out there, with a little comedic edge to it, of course, but it's really what's needed,
Yeah, it's needed. And what I like is the young men
Sure.
have come leached on to me. No matter if I'm in London, no matter if I'm in Dubai or Japan, like young boys walk up to me and yo, T to the mother of a K. Oh my God. And it's just a good thing to see that they're listening to me. And when we take pictures, I look them in their eye and I tell them to make sure that they listen to me. Because what I'm trying to teach now over the next year is to get people to follow the right people on social media. There's really a lot of knowledge and great people to follow. What happens to me, I don't know about white people. What happens in the Black community, we follow the wrong people. We follow people who post fights. We follow people who does ignorant things. We follow people who are not giving knowledge into the universe, because every day you should seek knowledge and try to better yourself. And I always try to explain to people, I think about 12 generations ago, your family, your generation, your grandmother, etc., and your grandfather. And I explained to them both, I mean, think of the odds of all of us right here being on this Zoom together. And what I mean by that is someone fought to make sure you was here. Like, do you know the odds for you to truly be? I'm not talking about sperm count. I'm talking about your great-great-grandmother, your great-great-grandfather, how people died, lived.
Oh, yeah.
All these different things that happened that you're not supposed to be here, but you're here. So when I've been telling people this week, I said, what have you contributed to the world? Did you contribute pain? Did you contribute love? But what have you contributed to this earth before you leave here? And that's a powerful statement to take with you.
Yeah, I don't know how much you know about our platform, Reelblack TV, but our mission
the name says it.
Yeah, well, our mission is to educate, entertain, and enlighten and empower through Black film. So we're all about empowerment, and we're hoping that you can drop some jewels for us, for our viewers.
Yeah, that's what we're
You've been
doing.
dropping them already.
I hope they picked it up. I think I dropped 3. I think I dropped 3 already. Yeah,
you
but
did.
Yeah, I caught them.
Yeah. It's definitely about knowledge. And it's funny. It's amazing when I get on these things. Sometimes I really want to act the fool. Like I really want to be silly. In all my interviews, I'm so well respected that nobody, like, we don't clown because I'm so well respected, and people don't know in my mind. Like, I wish somebody would come up so we could say something silly because I'm really hilarious. People, like, you
Let
gotta
it
come see
go.
me.
Have
You gotta
fun.
come see me. But I know when I'm always talking from Vlad TV to the Breakfast Club, it's always serious.
Jewel
So you
dropping.
gotta come to the show to get the jokes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's on my mind, I know you have an opinion about it. This Kanye thing that happened today. He's wearing a White Lives Matter
Yes.
T-shirt with standing next to Candace Owens.
Yes. And let me explain to you what I realized about maybe a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to the people listening, we have to stop acting like Kanye West doesn't exist. We have to let him go. You ever have a family member who's just was so on drugs or was a murderer or a crackhead, and you did everything you wanted to do to get that person together, but they didn't listen and they wind up dying? And with Kanye West, I am going to start discussing this brother because the things we don't know if he has mental illness or he's just really playing us. But either way, his responsibility of the black race is more important than he even know, because white people, unfortunately, and other races, unfortunately, uses him as the leader of the black race. Because when he talks, people listen to him. And I think that it's crazy that we have that type of man doing what he's doing, because you have to be responsible and understand the consequences of your decisions. And that's the thing. So if he has a mental illness, somebody please inform him and let him know. But I don't really think he has a mental illness. I think that this is the things that he just do to trigger people. Because when I saw that shirt, I just said, yeah, hey, you know what? This he playing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, he playing everybody. I don't think he's crazy, but he should be. He should. I take being a man very seriously. Like that word, being a man, is very. Some people play with it. Some people think it's a game, but I take it very, very seriously. And when I see someone like him, I really wish somebody could put us in a ring or in a room and shut the door and let us really just go at it, because that's how it was done back in the day. And hopefully you could beat some sense into a person. So if you don't mind, let's, as to the people who are listening, let's start Xing Kanye West off our list. Let's stop following him, because one thing I've learned in life, when you talk about something negative, you'll be surprised how much time it took of your day or of your hour. It flies by when you talk about something negative. So I've taught myself to only spend 2 to 3 minutes on something negative a day. And I think we got to 159 on Kanye West, so we could talk about something else.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm in agreement. I mean, I defended him in the past, but this shirt image really, time
Yeah,
out.
because
Time out for
how much can you do? Even like with the AB football player, him dealing with Tom Brady's wife and posting a picture and acting a fool. I wish that young man too will understand his responsibility as a black role model in our society. Like, we really need the help, because these kids are really running wild. And it's not like the kids, it's the parents who had the kids. I always put the responsibility on the parents, and they should come up with a law that if a child is between the ages of 9 and 32, if that person does something wrong, the parents should go to jail. I guarantee you the crime rate will go down. Every parent in the world is about, where the hell you at?
I agree. It does start. Everything starts at home. And
Everything starts at
unfortunately,
home.
we do have a lot of children that are coming, young to adult. They didn't have the two-parent home, and they're being affected in that way too.
But I'm going to tell you something,
Raising
Miss
themselves.
Williams. I'm going to say something what I've learned in life. Everybody knows right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you really need two people in the house anymore. I think a young man should know what he does is right or wrong, because these are choices, right? These are choices. Yeah.
And there are consequences for
And
every
there's
choice.
consequences. You know, if you put your hand in the fire, you're gonna get burnt. You know, if you go out and shoot somebody, you could end up dead or go to prison. These are the consequences. We have too many examples of Black men and women deceased that shows the young men and women that the wrong choice, you could end up dead. And there's a lot of these brothers dying. It's sad what's going on.
It's basic cause and effect. A lot of people are just looking at the effect. They're not looking at the cause of things in their lives. That's why repeated patterns.
And this is why they have us, and this is why people got to follow my podcast, the TK Kirkland podcast, or follow me on Instagram, because I post something every day, pretty much, that can change your life or give you a job opportunity, which is right on your computer. Like, you don't even have to leave your home. You can make money sitting right in your house to put a few dollars in your pocket. So
what's up? Y'all hear that? TK.
It's all about knowledge. It's all about knowledge.
TK _Kirkland.
Yeah, TK _Kirkland. It's all about knowledge, you know. So
now, are you active on Twitter? I see some tweets here that are really interesting.
Yeah, Twitter. Let me tell you how I use Twitter. Twitter to me is when I really have something to say. See, some people are on Twitter every day, just post it. And I believe in, remember back in the day when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen? Do you remember that slogan? I'm that guy. I'm like, when TK Kirkland tweets, people listen. So I only tweet when something is really dear in my heart, and I post it. And that's why it does so well. And if you read some of those things on there, it'll show you how important the things that I say, because it is very, very powerful. It was thought out. And I think I only tweet maybe once or twice a month, but it has to be powerful for me to post it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing some very metaphysical. What you're talking about? I don't chase, I attract.
You
know, if you want to change your life, change the way you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Read this twice. Sometimes the person you want doesn't deserve you. Can you speak to that and give us some relationship advice, please?
Yeah, see, here's the thing about the universe, right? Watch this game right here. You know how you chase a woman and she gives you a hard time, but the man still persists to chase her because he feels that's what he should do. Well, I believe that the universe don't want you two to get together. And that's why when you push that door open to still pursue her, you might have a baby, but it doesn't work out. It maybe the dude lied, because narcissists have a way of coming on strong with flowers and all that and just mislead women, right? But then everybody finds out a month, 2 years, sometimes 10 years later, that this man was just fraudulent, because sex has a way to camouflage love with females. See, a female can get a degree. She'll even start a great business and change the world, but she'll pick the wrong man to spend the rest of her life with, the wrong man to have a baby with, because women want to fix everything. So when they meet a guy, I call them pat your pockets type of guys. When they go out to eat, he don't never have it, so he's always patting his pockets. And that's the situation most women deal with. They date men who are always patting their pockets or whiners. So I tell guys, some of y'all only get sex because you whine so much. The girl makes love to you to pacify you so that you can shut up. So I think men, until they get the emotional side, until they get their finances together, should truly leave a female alone, and vice versa. You have women too who are some of the most habitual liars on this planet, and men fall for it too, because when you do look at a beautiful woman, like even like Miss Williams, not saying you're a liar, Miss Williams, you can't believe when you find out that person lied, that she lied, because men put females on the pedestal, like, you're not supposed to lie. But they do too. So if everybody does their due diligence and seeing each other, I think that the outcome can be a lot better for everybody.
Yeah, no romance without the finance.
Well, no, I think money is important.
It
But
is
what I've been,
important. I
yeah,
heard you
I think it's a
say
little
like,
bit of everything, right? It's a little bit of everything, and it's based on your journey. Like at my stage in my life now, my philosophy is to meet a woman who doesn't need to be taken care of, but then take care of her.
Mm.
You understand? Like, I'm
absolutely.
not trying to buy a female a bag or a purse or buy her a car no more in my life. I believe that that woman should pretty much have these things prior to me meeting you, because what we want to do is have people who are equally yoked,
Yeah.
right? And if you're equally yoked and it doesn't work out, guess what? You don't want really nothing from the other person. But if you rock with someone that has less than you, and it doesn't work out, they coming to get everything you have. If you got a home, they want part of it. And because you fell in love, guess what? You got to sell your house to give them half of what that house is. If you got money in the bank while y'all was married, you got to give them money out of it. And some, I know a female who 2 guys she married blew up off that because she didn't do her due diligence. She went off emotion more so than taking the time to get to know the gentleman, and it goes both ways. You know, let's take Mary J.
Yeah.
Blige's husband. She got played all the way on that, and she didn't pay attention to him when we used to be at the parties. He was always in somebody's face, different people's faces. You know, he wasn't used to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then he brought an artist in to make it seem like they was gonna get this female to be an artist, and he wound up sleeping with her, and boom, and the rest is history. So I think she got to pay him $30,000 a month, and he ain't gonna get married. Who will get married? You getting $30,000 a month from somebody, and then you got the situation with the basketball player and Nia Long. You know,
bring that up.
Yeah.
and the thing about that, brother, is I'm not saying anything wrong with cheating. People cheat every day. But he wasn't smart about his cheating. And I believe that if you know that you're a cheater, you shouldn't be in a relationship, because you could date everybody you want. Like, you could sneak around, date the vice president of the finances. You could date this person, that person, and got to answer to nobody. But when you bring it in and you propose in, men, if you're not truly ready, leave the young lady alone. That's just how I feel.
Right. I was going to ask you, how do you feel about monogamy?
Well, I believe it's based on the individual.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is based on your journey. Everything is based on how you was raised, who you hung around with, what people you're around. Me personally, I don't believe in marriage.
Okay.
I don't believe in marriage. I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I believe in taking care of a woman. We're together. Like, you can have the code to my door to get in. I have the code to your door to get in. But I'm in my 60s, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not a kid. I'm truly a grown man. I just took care of my body and took care of myself. So I'm in my 60s. So I see the world differently than most people. Most people still hung up on fairy tales and dreams. And what I do in this world is I teach people the reality of life. You know, live your life, travel. Like, people get married in their 20s and 30s, and you've only dated 9, 10 people, and there's a whole world out there that you settle down so fast. You don't have a great education. You don't have a home. You're struggling to keep an apartment. Like, man, people got to do.
Right.
Listen, you can't teach everybody. You just only do the best you can.
Was there a moment or a guru? I mean, you mentioned Michael Williams as being the guru of comedy when you were coming up. Like, who were the OGs that taught you this perspective? I mean, can you name names?
Yeah, me. I taught myself.
Now, did you have
hard,
No, you did. I know you probably read a lot of books. There's a lot of stuff, positive stuff out there. But did you have like a spiritual foundation growing up? Like, were you raised in any particular religion? A lot of us, especially as Black people, African Americans, you know, we're either raised Baptist, Pentecostal, Apostolic, or something like that. Were you in church growing up, or
none of the above?
None of the above.
Yeah, everything you guys talking, it's truly the universe. It's truly my choices in life, and this is the way the energy has taken me through this journey. So in this journey, I call it street ministry in my stand up in a sense. But I'm coming at them hard. But when I come at them hard now, I'll be like a couple years ago, I was saying, "Who raised you?" So the new callback line is like the new special that I got coming out next month is called T to the MFK. But the one after that is called "The Lord Sent Me Here to Deliver a Message," and I come at him so hard, and it's such a, it's really one of the best lines I've ever come up with in stand-up, because I write comedy the way young men write music, the way guys write their songs. So my stuff go way back to "Get Your Ass in the Car," "Don't Play Me, Play Lotto, You Got Better Chances," "Put Your Head Out the Window," "Who Raised You?" So we got T to the MFK, and the next one is going to be "The Lord Sent Me Here to Deliver a Message." Matter of fact, the new special is going to be called "What Is It Now, Lord?" So that's going to be the new one that I'm going to drop next year. So
okay, so there's some spirituality in it.
Yeah.
And not to say, I just want to go back a little bit, like, because church is not, a lot of people are discovering different paths now, and they are understanding, you know, like when you say the universe, I'm 100 with that. I say the Most High, I say all that, but it doesn't mean that, you know, church was like the ultimate, but I do believe that it leads you into it could lead you into a spiritual path. And
yes,
then
the reason
that's
why
what
I
happened
say
in my life.
Say it again, Miss Williams.
No, I was saying that's what happened in my life. I was raised in the church, but then when I started like getting older and studying, and I learned a lot of different things that were kind of conflicting with some of my other beliefs. But now I definitely follow really like what you're saying. Everything is energy. Everything is about the universe, and things will come to us when we follow natural laws, spiritual laws, things like that. You know.
Yes, I totally agree. What was I getting ready to say? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Yeah, but I was what I was gonna say about the church thing. See, with social media and the world changing, like for years we thought Christopher Columbus discovered America. We know that was BS. We realized over the last few years that Betsy Ross didn't make the American flag. We know that white America has whitewashed pretty much everything in life, and we know
that Jesus is not white.
Yeah, and we truly know religion. Let me explain to you what I mean. See, all of us on this phone right now is over 40 years old. I'm quite sure. Miss Williams, are you in your 40s?
Yeah, and you can call me Tesa. I know you probably didn't know how to pronounce my name.
No. I'm very intelligent. It's just the respect that I have for you. That way to keep me from being attracted to you.
Thank you.
So that's why I say Miss Williams, you know, so that's the reason.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can call me Tesa if you like. Because some people don't know the pronunciation. They'll say Tessa, but it's Tesa Williams. But
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I like both.
Okay, I'm still gonna call you Miss Williams, because once I start calling you by your first name, then I'm like, hey, when we gonna go out? When we gonna have a drink? So I want to keep my boundaries there, right?
E
so
to the M, F, and K. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing about life, right? See, it's how our parents raised us and the truth. Let me explain to you what that means. See, our parents raised us in the church about the white Jesus, Christianity, etc. But then there's the truth. And the truth is that we know that there may not really be a religion. Religion was just created to organize people for mental peace. Let me go deep for the people about to quote things out of the Bible, etc. See, no one never thinks about the 1700s in the 1500s when nobody was talking about Jesus Christ. No one talks about, when we do talk about religion, if there's truly one God, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Jews, all of us will be talking about the same one person. But every nationality got their own God. So we put on blinders to pretend we don't see that. We put on blinders, you know. See, I read and I watch a lot of documentaries. I'm really into science. And no one never thinks about the moon, the earth, Jupiter, and how all this has come about, and how this now something powerful did all this, that we are spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on this earth, and we're not falling off, and we're actually rotating around the sun. Yes, someone actually put that together. But when you think about us in America, praying to God, we got a roof over our head. But then when you look in Egypt and Ukraine and the things that they're going through, if everything really was what they say it was, we wouldn't go through. So we are our own temple. We are our own shining light to life. And whatever you bring into your universe is you. Meaning, if you choose happiness, happiness will come. If you choose love and give that out to the universe, this is what you will have in life. And these are just my things to open up people's eyes, because we walk through this planet with blinders on, not really seeing what really is the truth. Give me an example, and I do this in my stand-up when I talk about transgenders and people with sexual change. And I talk about, if Tesa, if I met you and we walked outside, I said, hey, come see my Bentley. He said, oh my God, I said, I just bought a brand new Bentley. Like, oh my God, let me see it. But when you walked outside, it was a Toyota Camry. And you looking at me strange, you like, TK, that's a Toyota Camry. I'm like, nah, that's a Bentley, babe. You're like, nah, TK, no. I don't know what's wrong with you. That's a Toyota Camry. I'm like, listen, I told you that's a Bentley. And you're like, no, that's a Toyota Camry. But because I was so dominant, because you wanted things to be easy, you allowed me to convince you of something that really wasn't true. And that's my point about life. People are so strong with their opinion. They know what's true. They know it. But they allow a person to change exactly everything their gut is telling them to accommodate the person who is delivering the message. It don't get no deeper than that. That's deep.
Yeah, it has to align, truth is in alignment with nature too.
Yes.
We just believe and not
truth,
know. I'd rather know instead of believe now. That's what's changed in my life. I'd rather know instead of just believe something,
Yes.
That's
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mike.
That's deep. No, I was gonna say truth is the root of all comedy.
Yes.
Like it's there's a science to it.
Yes, that's why people got to come out to see me, because it's a lot of great stand-up comedians, but you got to see TK Kirkland. I'm sorry.
And just for everybody that's watching in Philadelphia, don't forget he's going to be here at Helium Comedy Club this Thursday through Sunday. Thursday, October the 6th through the 9th, which is Sunday. So
yes, and you need ticket information. I think it's 215-496-9001 for tickets and more information. And then I want to talk about, can you see it, Mike?
Yeah, that's the correct number. I'm going to put it on the screen.
Okay, I can't see it on my end, but it was the correct number though, right?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm looking at the website.
I'm good, because I am not good at remembering stuff. But do you know what happened this morning?
No, what happened this morning?
So I read my email wrong. And I thought it was 8 o'clock in the morning, your time, 5 o'clock on my time on the other side of the world, right?
Oh, so you were up early?
I got up like about 4:30, had my coffee, walked downstairs, and I'm on the site waiting for y'all to let me in.
I was knocked out.
And I said,
I was too.
These guys are fucking, excuse my language, unprofessional. I've got me up early in the morning, so now it's 5:02.
I love your honesty.
Now it's 5:15. Now it's 5:20. So I emailed Meredith to say, hey, I'm waiting on the phone for these guys. And as soon as I hit send, I said, let me check my email, because I probably didn't read this right. And when I saw PM, I texted her, LOL, I apologize.
Okay.
I fixed me some breakfast and went back to bed.
I appreciate. Well, you're all about your business for sure.
Yeah, I was up, man. I was
You're up
ready for
early.
y'all.
We really
early.
appreciate it. Yeah, that's
What are the crowds typically like? I know this will be our first time seeing you, but I know you play Philly a lot. I mean, what are the crowds typically like in a Philly crowd?
You know what? The Phil, they come. We sell out and we do our thing. And I want people to notice that every time I come back, it's a different stand-up act.
Yeah.
It's never the same. Like I got 6 shows this weekend. Each show will be a different stand-up show. And that's what I want people to get from TK Kirkland. That if you came to all 6 shows, you were like, wow, it was different. Because you might come to a show and you saw something that I did last year. But I want people to know on all those shows, it's never the same act. Never.
That's what's up.
Because
Well, you definitely
I want to be bored.
Yeah. You keep it moving. But we can't see you right now like 100%.
Yes.
But you are
But you want light?
I thought I was gonna see some muscles today.
Oh yeah, but you'll see him this weekend.
Oh, we're gonna see him this weekend. That's right.
You'll see him this weekend. Yeah, I stay in shape. My landscape guy was comparing me to Terry Crews the other day.
Hey, you know what? I was gonna say you giving me Terry Crews vibes.
I get that a lot. Like, yo, he looked like Terry Crews, but yeah, I take care of my body.
Well, there's no doubt about that because you're very open about your age. You're 61.
Yes. And I always stay a year ahead. And let me tell you what. See, mostly nobody in my family lived past 58. My dad died at 35. My oldest brother died at 35. My youngest brother died at 42. And my mom died at 58. So tragic. I always say I'm a year older to make sure that I make it. So I'm 61, but I always tell people I'm 62, a year older, because my goal is like a thing within me is to make sure I make that year.
Yeah, you gonna make it. Because
I'm definitely gonna make it. Absolutely.
Because it's all about the diet too. Like it's obvious that you've been, doing this for a minute.
It's a little bit of everything, T. It's a little bit of diet. It's a little bit of luck. It's a little bit of your DNA. It's truly a little bit of everything. It's stress. You got to really be lucky. Like I told somebody the other day, you guys are going to see a lot of people leave in your 40s and 50s. Like a lot of people ain't going to make it out of their 50s.
I'm surprised you're saying, because there's a lot of people especially in the entertainment world.
In the world, yes, in the world. That's not going to make it out of 50 because of health and stress and things they inherited from their parents.
That's true. But what I was going to say about in the entertainment world, the list is so long of those that have died in their 50s, and it's really sad.
It's sad, but and I want you to think about what I'm about to say. It's sad because no one takes death seriously. Right. See, the contract of the universe is that if the universe gives you life, one day you got to die. And people get upset. Oh, he died. But that's part of the contract.
It's a part of life. Death is a part
You are going to die. Now, what did you do when you was here? Now, here's the game. So if you know there's a contract, see, the universe gives you 365 tries to be who you want to become. Not 3 strikes. You get 365 tries to make it. Yeah. Now, if you do half good in that, the universe will renew your contract.
You're speaking on an annual. Yeah.
Yes, and give you another 365. I always use Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson in this scenario. And I tell people that the universe gave Michael all this talent, but Michael took advantage and didn't take it seriously. So they gave him rehab. They gave him opportunities to get it together. And when they realized he didn't want to get it together, they took him away. Same with Whitney Houston. Because in a million years, and I'm going to tell you who got it. 2 people got it. In a million years, you would never have thought Bobby Brown would have outlived Whitney Houston. Never. Yeah. You knew Bobby was going to go first. But Bobby understood the game and got his life together. The second one to me is Gucci Man. Gucci Man went to jail, a hardcore criminal, beat a murder case, but went inside to the point he changed his life so well that when he came out, everybody thought that was a double, that it really wasn't him, that some aliens had came down and snatched up his body, but that wasn't him. And that's what I mean by understanding the energy in the universe. Sometimes you do get a second chance.
Yeah, you
sometimes,
do.
yeah. Sometimes you do get. Sometimes you get 3 chances, but
Yeah,
you
well,
truly do.
ultimately, life is a patchwork of decisions. You know,
Yes.
so it's all about our daily decisions. Everything we do. Like today, I did not feel like it because I had a late night, but I went to the gym. I got in the hot sauna for a while, and I came home and I made a green smoothie. I didn't feel like doing it, but I did it anyway.
Right, but I want to know what your late night was.
My late night. I had an event last night that I had to go to. So
what type of event?
I sing. I'm a singer.
Okay, all right. So you perform.
Yeah,
you got to check out a music video.
Are you good? Are you good, or are you just like you up there trying to make it, but you're not trying?
She's good.
Wait for a second. I'm gonna stop you for a second. Okay. Don't have me come and you're not good, T. I swear to God, I'm gonna say, T, come here.
Well, listen, you're going to be on the Reelblack channel. I'll give you a preview. Check out my video on reelblack.com. It's
now,
me.
Do you sell do you make your own music and sell it?
I do, but actually the song that you'll see on the video is a cover of Whitney Houston's Just the Lonely Talking. And I'm singing it with do you remember Mark Nelson? He was one of the original.
I'm not deep into the music game.
Yeah. Well, if you see the video, it's a remake, and but yes, I write as well, and I have some recordings that are going to be coming out very soon. So
okay, all right. So so do you have a deal or you have your own label?
No, I do. I'm independent. I don't
like
have
that.
a deal.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
that's what I
want going on. I mean, I have a history of things. There was a time where I was with a group. I've toured. I was signed to Sony through Boys to Men. They had their deal. You know, it was a bunch of different things in my life. But now, no, I'm gonna keep doing what the most.
You're happy, right?
I'm happy.
Yep.
And I keep a lot of my money. So
that's right. That's right.
To pay ages of so I'm happy.
Now, did you guys see the interview that Academics did and talked about the Dusty rappers last week?
No, I'm gonna see it though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that
out. I saw the responses too.
So here's the thing. I looked at both sides of that. He said that most rappers from back in the day was dusty rappers, and they didn't get no money. It's true. To me, when I look back, the people who really did really, really well was the people who owned their own label, like Puffy, Dr. Dre, and what's my man from New Orleans, Cash Money Millionaires, and the other guy,
Master P.
Now, if you was an artist, you worked for somebody, you kind of got played. But if you owned your record label, you made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what he said was that if the old artists had did their thing, most of the artists today still would not be signing horrible record deals. Because the record deals that's out there to this day is horrible, and people want to get on so bad that they sign their life away. Because my son is in the music business; he's big time, and he tells me about these 360 deals people have. Like I would never sign nothing like that. That the people get the record labels now get a piece of your touring money.
They get a piece.
Never in a million years would I do something like that.
Yeah, it's really like it's actually very criminal when you look at the deals that a lot of these artists signed back.
Yes.
They
get a piece of your merchandise, and that's insane.
All of it. They got the fame, but the owners got the fortune. Yeah. And you still, a lot of the artists are still touring, even old groups, they're out there, but they're really not making residuals off of the writings and sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that business model need to change, and that's why I love the hip hop world, because a lot of these young street guys, they know now. They started their own studios in their own houses, and just a house, a basement. They record and they putting it out themselves.
Yeah, because if you had 11 million followers and you told people to go buy your stuff, even if you only got 1%.
$1, right?
Mhm.
You balling. I'll
You
drop
know
an album once a month.
Yes. You know it. It's
I
all
sure
about the
will.
marketing, because really when you break it down, music labels were nothing but banks and marketing companies, you know.
Yes.
And now we have a lot of tools that we can use and all. And
Yeah, that's how come I started my own company in the movie in the stand-up world, because I wasn't looking for Netflix to put me on.
Yeah.
You know, and we got shows like you and Vlad TV that I can go to. Like, see, back in the day, see, you guys are my Arsenio Halls, my David Letterman.
Yeah.
You know, see, and that's what the young artists today have to understand. We have platforms that you can go on, that you don't have to be on Entertainment Tonight. You don't have to be on NBC and ABC. You have your own lane. I'm just really proud of what social media has done for the world.
Because it's all about niche audiences, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you really focus in on the people that are really paying attention to you anyway, you know, and you're a fantastic example of that, you know. I saw them tats. You gave us a little peek of them tats, man. You got it going on. So is it a story behind all that? I see.
My whole body is
wait.
tattooed.
Can you wear like a tank top on Thursday?
Yes. You know what, T? I think I'll wear anything for you, T. So, Mike, you ain't never tried to take T out?
That's my homie right there.
Working relationship.
Huh?
Working relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, working relationship? So
working
you married, Mike?
Huh? No, I don't believe in marriage.
Okay, so you're
I believe in the power of the universe.
Yes, I see you learn very fast.
So the more I ignore Tesa, the more it'll gravitate towards
I
me.
do owe you a birthday dinner, though.
You do owe me a birthday dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
He's a player, though. He's a player. I'm not a player. I do crush a lot, though.
What books do we need to be reading?
Here's the thing. I don't really read a lot of books. I find books to be extremely boring, but I do watch a lot of documentaries. I do read and follow some very inspiring people on my Instagram. So I comprehend really well from everything from real estate to
I love that.
From real estate to energy to science to investments. Like, I invest a lot, but I'm what we call I'm not an aggressive investor.
Yeah.
I'm what you call, from looking at what I've done, I consider myself a smart investor. And what I've done investing is that I invest in things I use. So if I invest in all the airlines, I invest in all gasoline, I invest in Adidas and Nike. So those are the things that I do. Those are the things I invest in. I'm investing in some new technology. They came up with a battery that can last 20 years. And if it gets passed, it's going to be the next big thing. So, you know, they got people lobbying for this stuff now, but I'm on top of that. So these things is going to be, I don't know how they're going to pull it off, because
for like cars and things like that.
Yeah, for cars. Like if they do batteries that can last 20 years, nobody's going to make no money. So I'm trying to figure out how they're going to do. So I got to do my research on it just a little bit more, but I get involved in stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, that's smart.
And I'm teaching people how to start their own bank, and I teach people about life insurance and
borrowing from the life insurance to finance certain things.
Yeah, that's not how I do it. I think people who wants to do that, I just put money away and let it compound interest. Because if you start a universal banking and you put a lot of money in there, the compound interest is 40%.
Exactly.
So if you got a lot of money in the bank, you only get 3% on it. So I do things like that. You know, I'm what you call your millionaire next door. But my rule I tell people is stay low key and flex occasionally.
Yeah.
When did it change? I mean, you talk about the power of social media. I mean, I've known of you since Mo Funny, but then there was
you go way back.
It's on the channel, believe it or not.
Well, yeah.
But you know, I wasn't up on T to the motherfucking K until maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He
That's
became,
about right.
you know, I mean, so was it Vlad? What was the
here's what
shift?
happened.
Was it a
Well,
conscious
going
shift
back,
on your
can I
part?
just say, when you did when you did the Soul Train Comedy Awards in 1993, was that like your television debut?
No. I've been doing a lot of stuff by then, but
Oh, in the 80s.
yeah, we'll talk about your situation and we go back to Mike. The
Okay.
thing with
Because I have a few things like Soul Train, the film New Jersey Drive. You were in a lot of films in the 90s. The Champagne Gang. You played a clerk in the Champagne Gang. Like you did a lot of things I was kind of looking at from back then. So anyway, go ahead.
I've always been the same guy. But what happened was people grew up. See, I never had the platforms that existed. I've always been the same dude, but all the comedians, everybody in the entertainment world knew how powerful of a businessman I was. Everybody knew it. Everybody, like since I was young, people call me Nostradamus because of how I saw the future and the way I thought. So one day, my son, excuse me, guys,
it must be good.
Asked me to do. She is something else.
Making it look good.
My son asked me to do the Breakfast Club. And I said, I'm not doing no Breakfast Club because I came up with Charlamagne when he was rocking with Wendy Williams. And Wendy Williams is a big fan of mine. She loved me because she knew all the women loved me.
Yeah.
And she used to always say, TK, you have the best body in stand-up comedy because most comedians are either fat or either skinny. And she always talked about that. So I said, I'm not doing no damn Breakfast Club because I knew them since they were kids. Well, when I went on there, everybody wanted to know my past because I grew up a hustler. You know, I've done a lot of crazy things in my 20s that still was lingering in the world. And when you're talented and when people bring up your name, the rule of thumb is you want to throw shade on that person so that other person don't grow to like that person. So you could say, oh, you know, he did X, Y, and Z to discourage that person who just found out about you. Like, oh my God, I know this guy named TK Kirkland. Yeah, but did you know he did this? This is to discourage him. So when you can't discourage people no more, people look at you now and say, hey, that's a fly brother. There must be something wrong with you. So I had this conversation on the Breakfast Club 6-7 years ago. And by the time I got downstairs, Vlad had called me. Wow. Because I guess he watched the show. Yeah. And I said, hey, my man, I really like what you're doing. Would you do my show for me? And I said, absolutely. And I went on there and I wasn't into views. I wasn't into how many views you have. It was something that was really over my head. So Charlamagne had called me and said, man, listen, you have over like 30 million views on the Breakfast Club. You should do a podcast. And I turned him down. Because I was like, I ain't got time for that. Because I kept saying to friends, hey, Charlamagne, I want me to do this iPod. I was calling it an iPod. I wasn't calling it a podcast. I was like, I'm doing this iPod. I ain't doing it. So after a year, I go back on there again. The numbers keep going up. Fast forward to now, the world is truly in love with my brain and the way that I think. And I just look forward to just being healthy and growing every day to become whatever this universe has planned for me, because I know it's something very beautiful and something extremely positive. And that's like I'm truly excited. And like one of my homies said, he's a TK, the Lord is preserving you for something. Because one of my friends called me and said, man, listen, I called you because I know you travel the world a lot. And I know you think you're 40, but you're really 72. So I'm just doing a health check to make sure that you're straight. And I just laughed so hard because that's so true. Like, you know, so I just give the game and they loved it. And I always tell them, like one of my homies to say, God bless her, he say, it ain't game unless it's good game. So I teach the young men and, you know, I study and I read and when I go on stage.
What's your favorite place in the world?
Every city that pays me.
Good answer. I like that.
All about your Benjamins.
Yeah, but as you get older, you realize what makes you happy. I think what makes me happy is being a father, knowing that my kids are happy, knowing that my kids are healthy, knowing that nobody's in jail, nobody's causing pain out here in the universe.
Right.
And
Now you have 3 children, right? Are they adults? They're all adults?
yes, I have more than 3 kids.
4?
I have more than 4. I have 7
Ooh.
children.
Oh, you have 7.
I have 7
How
and
old is the youngest?
others.
That'll keep you working.
Yeah, and I think that's good that I have 7 baby mamas. I think it's horrible for a man to have 2 or 3 children with one woman. I think that's horrible to put that kind of pressure on the female and on her body. I think now that's just a philosophy I came up with. That's not how I really think. I just really think that was just
But you
some
really
crazy
have
stuff.
7 baby mamas?
I do have 7 baby mamas.
7.
3
I
one
just
night
saw
stands.
something in the news where a young man, I should pull it up, but he has 34 kids, and he took a group family picture with all these children, and they're super young, and the
Yeah,
mother's holding like
they
babies
can
like
have
that.
And
I
wasn't Nick
believe if you
Cannon?
could take. I believe if you could take care of them, that's cool. But in the real world, women who lay up with men and your money's not right, you're the
Oh
fool.
no.
If you lay up with a man and your money's not right, and you don't love this man on top of that, but you want to have his baby, I want women to listen to me. Women can die from giving birth. And if you're not in love with the man that you had sex with and about to have his kid, do not have his child because you can die. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
No one talks about it. You can die giving birth.
Yeah.
And a female money should be just as right because when you call a guy for child support saying that he don't have it or he is nothing, well, ladies, what does that tell you about you? Because if you got to call somebody else to get it, that means you ain't got it either. So somebody needs to talk to each other to come to a compromise. But if you listen to me, you'll speak with someone that got a little something and he doesn't mind helping you if it doesn't work out because a good man will be a good man. I find it complicated to be a good father to a couple of my children who was one night stands because they wasn't raised under my house the way my other kids were. So you have to do things out of the way you was raised, love and respect, and try to be. But what I tell some of my kids, I couldn't be there as a true dad, like your traditional father, camping, cooking, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm your friend, and I will give you knowledge and advice to move like chess in this game called life. And that's all you can do. And that's where I want men and women to stop being depressed if your life is not like this other person's life. Play the hand that you're dealt. If you play the hand that you're dealt, guess what? You can live a little better if you.
Yeah. I agree with the level playing field thing.
Yeah.
You say, you should have 25,000 in your bank account.
Yeah. Now let me explain to you that because that goes over people's heads. Some people think the 25,000 is for the woman, but it's not. See, I say a man should have 25,000 in his account. It's not for the female. Watch this. The 25,000 is for the guy.
Yeah.
Because when you got a little change in your pocket, your choices in women are different. When you got a little change in your pocket, you're not going for the easy grab. You really focus on your money. But if you do like a young lady, guess what? You can take her to a nice restaurant. And don't take a woman to a restaurant, guys, because she's attractive. You take the woman out because this is how you live. And you want her to be a part of how you live. Not because you're trying to impress her, because if you're trying to impress her, then you have an attitude. I like eating at good places. So if I eat at good places, I ask you out to eat. You're just accompanying me. I'm not getting mad because I bought you something to eat. I'm like, hey, I'm enjoying myself. I want you to be in my company. And now if you go on your way, I go on my way. We good. But guess what? I enjoyed this lobster tail. I enjoyed the shot of Louis XIII. I enjoyed the atmosphere that I was in. And that's the way I move. And that's what we got to teach the young men about not expecting anything, trying to be gentlemen. And when you do go out with someone, just make sure you truly have an understanding. Even when men fly women out of state or different parts of the world and they don't get sex, well, 2 problems with that. One, you shouldn't be flying nobody out of the country if you haven't dated them for a while. Like you got to have sex in the country before you have sex out of the country. Like, we having sex in the state before I
Right.
start flying you out of town. Because let's say she does have sex with you out of the country and she's horrible. And you're like, man, I am pissed off. And vice versa, ladies.
And that
It
goes
can
both
happen to you.
ways.
The man take his shirt off and you thought you was about to have a good time and you go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Now you stuck out of the country, mad.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
But that's why everything is about levels, right? You want a good
Yeah.
man who's smart, finance. You want a woman who's pretty and intelligent. But everybody wants somebody that can throw down in the bedroom.
Yeah. I think women are getting smarter. You know, they used to be like, oh, now it's like, let me see it first.
Well, even if you can see it, don't mean you know how to work it.
Let me see it.
Yeah, but even if you see it, don't mean you know how to work it. Right? Like, it's true.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you can have it and have pre-ejaculation. It could be a 2-minute thing. It could be so many. Oh my God! All we can say is we wish everybody the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there is no true blueprint to this.
No, it's not.
So this Thursday, TK T to the MF and K. It's going to be in Philly. At Helium Comedy Club, 2031 Sansom Street, Thursday through Sunday, October 6th to the 9th. Get your tickets, 215-496-9001.
Yes.
Right. Y'all come pack it out.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. All I'm going to say, we sold it out last year. It was unbelievable how packed it was. And I was just truly excited. I'm going to give you guys a great show to the fans out there. Trust me when I tell you, I'm already prepared. I took a week off of absolutely doing nothing because I was supposed to be in Jacksonville, but they had the storm down there.
I know.
And so I was able to stay home and rest and get my mind right. It's like tomorrow's a beautiful day. I go get a haircut and my manicure and pedicure. I go get a massage and hit the stores real quick and already packed. But I got some other things I got to do a little shopping and then hop on the plane and fly into the great city of Philadelphia, brotherly love.
That's right. We're looking forward.
Last question. You know, it's a running joke that you discovered this person. You were there when that thing hit. Like you were, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Owes you a thank you and all that stuff. Can you give us a Godfrey story?
Yes, I do got a Godfrey story. And let me tell people why they have a hard time to believe. Because I don't look my age. If I look like Dick Gregory,
another friend of the show,
and had a beard, everybody believe everything that I say. But because I had divine reality, like I'm in my 60s looking 40, it's really hard to believe. So Godfrey is what I call a class act. He is one of the most genuine, most honest men I have met on this journey on this planet. And he's the type of person, if anybody ever did something to him, I got a crew on deck that'll go handle anything I need done. And he's one of those guys I would go to bat for. And what he did was, and tell you this quick story, he opened up for me in Chicago, all jokes aside, in Chicago in the 90s.
Raymond Lambert.
Yes. And I was hustling. I was in the streets and I was a little late because I was counting about $300,000, $400,000. It took a long time. And when I got there, he was rocking. I was standing in the corner. I was watching him. Now, he was corny. And I tell people this story, 20, 30-year-old joke. And I said, Godfrey was corny. Not my style because I'm a street dude. But I said, got on stage. I said, yo, dude. I said, rock with me. I'll change your life. He believed in me. He got in a U-Haul truck, drove 30 hours to New York City. I introduced him to my team, a gentleman named Tommy Chesterow and David Klingman. We got Godfrey an apartment in Harlem with Viola Davis, who has a great movie out this week. They were roommates at one time. By that time, we got Godfrey with William Morris, and Godfrey met every powerful every powerful producer and everything on this planet. So we got him to be the spokesperson for 7-Up back in '92. He was the spokesperson with Coca-Cola. You remember the 7-Up commercials?
Guy, yeah.
So Godfrey was that guy.
Before Orlando Brown.
Yes, before Orlando Brown. And we made him a millionaire before 1992. So I did that with Sandra Bullock, Anthony Michael Hall, John Leguizamo. So for years, people was like, TK's lying about Sandra Bullock. But the reason why my philosophy has always been the way it was, I always believed in staying low key and flex occasionally. I didn't have to prove to anybody who I was repping. Because believe it or not, the Tommy Chesteros and the David Klingman, men who are white, understood my philosophy. And I always say stay low key and flex occasion. And plus I was in the streets hard and I was catching a couple cases at the time. So they didn't cut me off. They still kept me on. I still got my percentage, but they just really wanted the best for me, especially David Klingman. He was really a man of honor. He truly loved me. When I used to get in trouble and be up at Rikers Island, I used to catch cases. Because now, understand that I'm rich now, but I'm still doing crazy things. But I never had to really do time because I had money to fight the case. I had money for my stupid decisions. I can go get the best attorneys to.
But you did do it. Did you do any time at all?
No. We don't do jail time.
You didn't do jail time. Okay.
Oh, no. We beat everything. I mean, I've got probation.
Gotcha.
I just maybe 60 days at Rikers Island back in the day. It wasn't because I was in trouble, but what happened?
That's jail time.
It's jail time. But what happened with that situation? I had brought a new attorney in on a case, and the judge got mad at me because I was supposed to take this deal that they offered me, but I brought in another attorney and fired one attorney. She got pissed. So I never knew what the word reprimand was until that day. And they reprimanded my ass and sent me to Rikers Island. And I was up there. But what was crazy, I've always been blessed, though. I did 30 days, and I had already had this deal in place. Watch this. I already had this deal in place before I went away. My goal with all that time was to make sure my butt got out to make this. A week later, I was on one of the hottest rap tours in the world. And it was DMX, the Rough Riders, the Cash Money Millionaires, and I was the host of that. So I went from a one-man cell at Rikers to a 30,000-seater 15-city tour.
That's a movie right there.
Yeah, that was
when's your book coming?
And one of the greatest jokes I did on that tour is that for about 15-30 minutes, I was telling the audience how I was loved and how I had friends in the hip hop world that truly loved me, because I started out with NWA.
Yeah.
And so the acts was going on. I got the audience laughing. So now I got them in the palm of my hand. Cash Money is about to come on. I had already had everything set up with the production team, the lights and all this. Watch this show. So I come out, I got them laughing. So it's an hour into the show, but people love me because I'm clowning everybody in the show. And if anybody remembers this, make sure y'all hit these beautiful people and tell them. I was on stage. I said, ladies, I told you, everybody rocks with me. I said, these brothers been rocking with me since day one, and they're here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Dre and Eminem. They dropped the song that Eminem and them had. The lights went down. The crowd is screaming to the top of their lungs. And I walk off the stage like they was really about to come out. I come back on the stage. I said, psych.
Oh.
But they loved me so much they couldn't help but laugh because they laughed so hard. And I said, keep that energy together for the great Cash Money Millionaires. And it was so funny that when we was backstage after the show, Baby had said to me, he thought they really was here. The way I had it set up. He said, yo, I thought they was really in the building.
Wow.
Hilarious story.
You
Hilarious.
took a risk, but you got a big
Well,
laugh. I'm sure people still love you.
Yeah,
You're with a
it was
lot of
entertaining.
a lot of your collabs. You know, like Lil Wayne, Eminem, Jay-Z. Is it true that you gave Jay-Z his first seed money to do his first single?
Well, no, I didn't give him seed money, but I could tell you what actually happened. At 35 years old, nobody was bigger than TK Kirk. I tell you, I'm a street dude. So I'm hanging with a gentleman named Eric Von Zip, Haitian Jack, brothers named Frankie B. We all up in Harlem. We mink coats. Crocodile got the fly cars outside drinking Cristal. And my guy hired these brothers from Brooklyn to come do this show. And they were late. And I didn't care, you know. I was like, I was treating Jay-Z like he was nothing. Believe me, like he was just getting started. And I was like, forget them brothers. They late. You know, we enjoying ourselves. Like, I ain't got time to be doing no rap. So my man said, yo, let them go up, TK. And Jay-Z went up there and turned that birthday party of mine out. So when the show was over, I took out a wad of money and I peeled off $15 $100 bills. And I put it in his hand. And I tell people to this day, I said, this is just a story I made up. I said, he took that money and flipped it and flipped it and flipped it again and became a billionaire. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hov, the great Jay-Z. But because of that love, he wound up taking me on the Hard Knock Life Tour. See, I was the opening act for the Hard Knock Life Tour. So it came back full circle for me.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, great story. Yeah, I got stories like that with Ludacris, Luke.
You're the Godfather.
Yeah, Madonna, like everybody. I've done it with Frankie Beverly and Maze and Patti LaBelle. Yeah, TK Kirkland did his thing, you know. So yeah, when people hear my story, or they like, yo, this man is the Forrest Gump of hip hop. It's a true story because I actually really did my thing. That's why I'm so content. Like I really did it.
For sure. And you got a big heart. Ain't no doubt, you know. You have a good heart.
Well, thank you, T. Thank you so much.
Definitely. It's
we
definitely
love it.
possible. And Mike, you'll see some of his stuff. He has a major connection with Dick Gregory. A lot of
I'm
fun
sure you've seen the stuff on the channel.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing, guys. I no disrespect. I never knew you guys exist until last night.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I know about you now. And if you knew Dick Gregory, see, I opened up for Dick Gregory too at the Comedy Store before he passed.
Yeah.
And he pulled me to the side. He said, young man, he said, you are truly one of the best. So I loved him. I love Paul Mooney. God bless him. I also love my great friend David Arnold. Our friendship was low key because we had just did a show a month before he passed together at the Laugh Factory on Sunset. And then a couple of days later, he bought a Porsche. So I texted him and I said, hey, congratulations on your Porsche. And I texted him 3 days before he passed. And I said, yo, I hope that you're healthy and happy. He said, thank you, brother. I really appreciate you saying that. And 3 days later, he passed. So I sent that email, that text message to a couple people. So that was sad. But it also, I was sad for a moment, but I understand life because I lost so many people at a young age. I understand life. And you just got to do the best you can while you're here and enjoy the people that you love. And hopefully it all works out.
Absolutely. Well, we are so glad that you were here today on Reelblack.com.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, TK.